environment, what we want to, what type of environments we have, and what is the purpose of every environment, and where we perform development, where we perform testing, where we perform loading. Different type of environments we have, different type of sandboxes we have. We'll understand those. The first point what we have is what is an environment. First point, environment. Environment is nothing but instance of force.com. Environment is nothing but instance of force.com. Now, when I go to Salesforce company, I will purchase environment. When I purchase the environment, they give me instance of the force.com. The moment I say instance of the force.com, the moment I give, connections are there. Now, the moment we give force.com, we are going to get all the structure. Now, your company asks the Salesforce, boss, I want to use Sales Cloud. Your company told, I want to take the sales code from you. So what the Salesforce will do? They will create one instance of the Sales Cloud application for you. They will give you. That is called environment. Environment is nothing but instance of a force.com. Instance of a force.com. On the top of this force.com, it is your choice whether you go with a Sales Cloud application or a Service Cloud application or a marketing or instant or IoT, what you want to take. So, in environment is nothing but one copy of force.com where you can run your application. It is a one copy of your force.com where you can run your application. Now, environment. Environment is a instance of force.com. It is also called org. There are three types of environment. There are three types of environment. Production, developer environment, tester environment. There are three types of environments what we have. One is the production environment, second one is the developer environment, third one is the tester environment. All these are what? Force.com only. All these are force.com only. All these are force.com only. When I say environment, it's a force.com. One of the force.com environment is used as production. One of the force.com environment is used as developer environment. One of the force.com is used as tester environment. Now, every environment is instance of force.com. Every environment is a instance of force.com. Now, when I say production, what do you mean by a production environment? Now, production environment. It is an instance of force.com. It is an instance of force.com where your business data is stored or live data is stored. The environment where the data required for running your business logic is stored. It is the environment where the data required for your business logic is stored. The environment where live data is stored, or the data which is frequently required for running your business logic is stored. It is a production environment. It is an instance of Force.com where your live data is stored. From the Salesforce company, we will purchase the production. Your developer environment and tester environment, we are going to create from production only. What we are going to purchase from Salesforce is only production. Now we purchase a production environment. With the help of that production environment, we create your developer environment and tester environment. So environment where your live data is stored, environment where data required to run your business logic is stored, which we are calling as production. Now here we have production environment. It is an instance of Force.com. In this environment, we store live data or data required to run developer environment and a tester environment is created from production. It is an instance of Force.com. In this environment, we store live data or data required to run your business logic, or the data required to run your business logic. Developer environment and tester environment is created from production. Why? Boss, already it is a built-in application. Salesforce is providing you what? Built-in CRM. You are not building it. Already CRM was built. When you purchase, you are already getting an application. That is the reason first we get a production. Generally, our applications are what? First we go with a developer environment, then tester environment, then to the production. Because there you are building everything from scratch. But when you go to the cloud-based CRM, already application is built. Already CRM applications are built. Already platform is built. What we are trying to do, enhance it or customize it. That is the reason we require a production first. Boss, you give me the application first. I will decide whether it is suitable to me or not. If it is not suitable to me, I will build a new one. If it is suitable to me, I will try to add my own functionalities on it. That is the reason what I need first, production I need. So in the production, the entire application on the Force.com is given to you. It is also called org. It's also called company org. Next, developer environment. It is a instance of Force.com. This environment is created from production. This is independent environment where we can enhance or extend the application. Carry out development activities. enhance or extend the application without affecting production. It is an instance of force.com. This environment is created from production. This is independent environment where we can carry out development activities to enhance or extend the application without affecting production. Next we had tester environment. When I say tester environment, it is a instance of force.com. It is created from production. This is independent where we can test the application without affecting production. So we have production environment, developer environment, tester environment. So from the Salesforce we purchase production. With the help of production we create a developer environment and we create a tester environment. How many developer environments you can create? How many tester environments you can create? There is a process again. There is a limit. If you want to go beyond that, you can purchase extra. Salesforce will give certain number of environments as a free. Beyond that, if you want, you have to purchase. I will discuss that point. How many developer environments you can create? How many tester environments you can create from a single production? There is a process for that. We'll discuss that point. Right. There will be a multiple developer environments, multiple tester environments with one production. Some of them will be given as free. Some of them I have to purchase by paying additional amount. Right, boss? Okay. Now, listen to this carefully. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Come back to the point. Listen to this point very carefully. Listen, everyone. We have a production here. Let us assume this is a production. In the production, what we are going to have? Tables along with the corresponding data. We may have table along with the corresponding live data. In the production, we are going to have programs. When I say production, we may have programs, what you wrote, then pages, what you created, settings, all the options, settings, whatever the settings that Salesforce is giving, automations, your automation rules, everything that you create, everything that Salesforce has provided, we call it as metadata. Now we have created employee table. Now along with your programs, you find tables, data. Now we are getting this. So what is this called? Production will have tables along with the data. Sham, it is a live application. Production, it is a live application where your employees are working, where end user is working. Now, the moment I say production, entire application, what you have developed, plus live data what is stored. In the production, what we are going to have, entire application plus live data what you have saved. That is production. Now I have created 2 copies here. What are this copy? First copy. What was this? It is a identical copy of production. Whatever we are having in the production, same copy I have created. But what is missing here? Data is missing. Except data, everything is called metadata. Except data, everything is called metadata. Not only Salesforce, any language you take the same terminology. The production will have data plus metadata. Whatever the live data you are taking, except that entire structure of your application is called metadata. Now you purchased a new mobile phone. Now let us say Samsung mobile you have purchased. What this Samsung company has done? Developed some Android version. They installed this Android version on the mobile. When they installed, what did they give? All the settings, options, table for storing the contact, table for storing the messages, table for storing the activities, table for storing the some ABC activities. They didn't give the data. They gave only what? Structure of the application along with the tables. It is what? Metadata. Once you purchase the mobile, you got only metadata. On the top of metadata, you are entering your phone numbers and saving, which is a live data. Now, Samsung people will have same Android version, what is installed on your mobile, but they don't have the contacts what are saved on your mobile. The contacts are what? Live data. The complete application structure is metadata. Now, production will have metadata plus data. Now, what is this? Copy of production's metadata. I don't want the live data. I need only structure of the application. Whatever the programs you wrote, whatever the settings are there, whatever the options are there, whatever the tables you have created, complete structure I want, which is called metadata. Now, this is also what? Copy of production's metadata. But this guy is taking some sample data also. Not complete data, some part of the data is taking. Now, what are these 2 called? They are called sandboxes. They are called as what? Sandbox. What is a sandbox? Sandbox is a identical copy of production. Some sandboxes, listen Amma, I'll give the notes. Right. See, if you write the notes, nobody will publish. Neither you understand what you have written also. Spend your time. I'll give the hard copies. I'll give the notes. Okay. You are writing the notes, you're not following my explanation. Right. Nobody is going to publish your books. Take it for granted. Right. Now, just listen to what I'm giving. I'll give the notes for it. Okay. Now, what we have? Sandbox. What is this sandbox? Sandbox is a identical copy of production's metadata, only metadata, or metadata and sample data. Why I am saying sample data? I may not take complete data from the production. I need only a part of the data for my testing activities. Right? So what is a sandbox? Sandbox is a identical copy of production's metadata or production's metadata plus sample data. Now, why these 2? As a developer, I don't need your live data. I am going to write a code. I will take my own data and test it, whether it is running properly or not. As a developer, I don't need your sample data. As I am building a functionality, I know what data to be taken. If you want to test a functionality, you are supposed to be provided with some sample data. So for the tester, we give sandbox with metadata and data. For a developer, we give only metadata. So these sandboxes are designed for developers. These sandboxes are designed for testers. Are you getting my point? Developer sandboxes, tester sandboxes. Right. Now, what is the other purpose of sandbox? If I want to provide any training for the new employees, a new manager joined ICICI Bank, I have to train him how to use this application of ICICI. The training activities are also carried out on sandbox. Sandboxes are used for what? Development, testing, training. Sandboxes are used for what? Development, testing, and training. I hope you are good. So what is a sandbox? Sandbox is a instance of force.com. Why? We are taking a production copy means it is also a force.com. It is a force.com environment independent from production. But it will have copy of productions metadata or productions metadata and data, sample data. Now, sandboxes are used for what? Development, testing, training activities. Any development activities or testing or training will be working. So, being a developer, being a tester, you are going to work on sandboxes. So, where we are going to work? On the sandboxes. Administrator is going to work on production. Now, sandboxes are created from where? Administrator will create sandbox from production, give it to you. Boss, you want a developer to work? Administrator will create one new sandbox from production, give it to the developer, start working on it. So, admin is going to work on the production, developer and a tester is going to work on sandbox, and sandboxes are created from production. I hope you are good with this, right? Okay. Let me give quick theoretical information. Sandbox. Sandbox is a instance of force.com. It is a identical copy of productions metadata or metadata and data. Sandboxes are used for development, testing, sandboxes are used for development, testing, and training activities. Sandboxes are created by admin from the production. Sandboxes are created by admin from production. Next we have deployment. So what is a deployment and what we are going to use? So what is a deployment? What we are going to use? Now, deployment means migrating the metadata changes from one environment to another environment. Now, deployment, it is only migrating the metadata. Let us say I am a developer, I wrote some extra programs here. On my environment, I wrote a program. Now, on this environment, I wrote an extra program. So what did I do? Now we are only migrating metadata. Let us say I have some sample data here. I took this data, tested this. Whatever the program I wrote, I tested this program with name Hari and Satish. Now everything is working fine. Now I want to migrate the changes. Whatever I have done on the sandbox, I want to migrate to another environment. Another means sandbox to another sandbox or sandbox to production. From one force.com, if you are moving the changes to another force.com, it is called deployment. Moving the changes from one sandbox to one environment to another environment is called deployment. Now I told move the changes. What changes? Metadata changes. Before. So what is a deployment? Deployment is moving the metadata changes from one environment to another environment, generally from sandbox to production. Okay. So deployment, it is a process of migrating metadata changes from one environment to it is a process of migrating the metadata changes from one environment to another environment. Generally sandbox to production. Right, boss? Okay. Next one we have refresh. What is this refresh? Let us understand the next point, refresh. Now let us say I am a tester now. I am a tester. I am a tester. On August 10th, major deployment happened. On August 10th, they asked me to test the functionality. Then what did I do? I took a copy of this production. Let me give you this. Now this is my production boss. Now on August 10th, they asked a tester to test some functionality which is existing. Now for testing, I require a sandbox. Now they told, boss, I created a new sandbox, new copy I created. I told, use this sandbox, test the functionality. Now when I created a sandbox, what is available on August 10th? Right now, on August 10th, right now at this moment, whatever that is there in the production, same thing was created in the sandbox. Now tester tested this functionality, everything went well. Tester tested this functionality, closed. Then a lot of developers made a lot of changes here. Now they made a change like email. Now later on, after August 10th, some changes are done by developers. A lot of changes are done. They deployed everything. Now again on October 31st, they asked the same tester to test some functionality. Now, whatever the sandbox he has got, this is a old sandbox. I took a copy of production which is available on August 10th. From August to this October, lot of changes have happened on the sandbox. Sorry, lot of changes have happened on the production. Now you took I gave a notebook, boss. You took a xerox of my notes on August 10th. Now the same notes will be there on August 31st also. In last 2 months, I might have made a lot of changes in the notes. If you want to know whether I made any changes or not, what will you do? Take a fresh copy of my notes, so that whatever the changes I made, you will get a fresh copy. On August 10th, whatever is available with me, I gave that copy to you. On that copy, you test it. Again, I asked you to test application on October 31st. Now, what do you need? Right now, whatever that is there in the production, fresh copy if you give, I can test entire functionality. Otherwise, I still have old copy. In the sandbox, what I have, name and phone number is there, email is not there. In the sandbox, what I have, invoice and amount is there, city is not there. Because when I took a copy, only name and phone is there. Today you modified it. So before I go for testing, what I will do? I will say refresh. I will use a concept called refresh. Who will refresh? Administrator will refresh. Who will refresh? Admin. Now tester will request admin. Admin will refresh. From production, when you click on refresh, then what happened? Existing copy will be lost. Fresh copy will be given to you. So what is a refresh? Taking the fresh copy of production into sandbox. Taking the fresh copy of sandbox into your production. Taking the fresh copy of production into your sandbox. Taking the fresh copy of production into sandbox is called refresh. Right. Let me give you an example. Let me log into my live production. One of my live production. Now I am logging into my production. Look at this. I have sandboxes. So this is our sandboxes where my employees are working. Now look at this. When did I create this sandbox? September 17th, they have taken a copy. Admin 17, I gave the sandbox for students. I created on 17th September. So whatever that is there in my production, same copy was given to you on September 17th. From September 17th till today, a lot of changes have happened. If I want to give a fresh copy, I'll click on. Now from where I'm doing this refresh from where? From production. From production, I'm creating this refresh. So what happened? Whatever the old copy they have, that is replaced with my new copy. If they have any uncommitted changes, they'll be lost. When I refresh, old copy is removed, fresh copy will be given to you. Right. I hope you got my point. Clear? Refresh. What is the meaning of refresh? It is a process of taking a fresh copy of it is a copy of is a process of taking a fresh copy of production into your sandbox. I hope you are good with this. Okay. Now, next point. Sandboxes are classified into 4 types. So, whatever the sandboxes we have, they are classified into 4 types. One is developer sandbox, developer pro sandbox, partial copy sandbox, developer sandbox, developer pro sandbox, partial copy sandbox, full sandbox. Developer, developer pro, partial, full. There are 4 types of sandboxes what we have. Developer sandbox, developer pro, partial copy, full sandbox. There are 4 types. Each sandbox is used for different purposes. Okay. So let us start with the first concept. What is the first one we have? Developer sandbox. Now, I told cloud means what? Nothing should be installed on your system. Whatever you write, it should be saved on internet. Where it is saved? If it is a regular development, you have a CPU, your softwares are installed, whatever the program you write, they are saved on your system. Whenever you feel everything is okay, you will upload to server. But when you say cloud, it is a web-based. Nothing should be saved on your system, nothing should be installed. So, for every developer, we give one developer sandbox. There is a developer sandbox. For every developer, we give one developer sandbox. It is like his personal computer. Developer sandbox means what? One force.com copy. One force.com copy. On that copy, you write whatever you want. You can use it for developing the new functionalities. Now, how many people can log into this? Only one person can log in. It is designed for individual developer development activity. For every developer, we give one developer sandbox. Now, in this developer sandbox, what we are going to get? Only metadata. This is designed for what? Development activities. This sandbox is designed for development activities by one developer. This sandbox is designed for development activities by one developer. Unit testing and everything also we can do it here. So, what was this developer sandbox? Let us come to the theoretical information. Developer sandbox. It is a instance of it is a independent copy of production's metadata. It is a independent environment with identical copy of production's metadata. Developer sandbox. It is an instance of force.com. It is an independent environment with identical copy of production's metadata. It is an instance of force.com. It is an independent environment with identical copy of production's metadata. It is designed for development activities by an individual developer. It is designed for development activities by individual developer. Data size. How much size of data we can store? 200 MB. 200 MB means almost 10 lakh records. As a developer, I don't need 10 lakh records to be saved. When I say data size, amount of data I can save 200 MB. 200 MB means 10 lakh records, each record with 200 fields. As a developer, I may create 10 records or 20 records for testing my functionality. It is more than sufficient. Hardly we consume 5 MB, not more than that. Okay. Then file size. In case if you are uploading any images, documents, PDF, memory for it is separated. For that, they have given separate memory called 200 MB. If you want to upload any images, documents, files, PDF, then there is a separate memory for it. It is a 200 MB. It is a 200 MB. Refresh interval. Refresh interval. Now, what is this refresh interval? Now, how many times I can take a fresh copy from production? Now, refresh means taking the fresh copy. Now, can I take a fresh copy for every 10 minutes? Boss, you are a developer. You don't need to take a fresh copy every time. If I take a copy now, probably I'll be taking a copy after 1 month or 15 days. I don't need a fresh copy every day. Now, refresh interval. Maximum one time a day. Maximum one time in a day. Every day, one time I can take a fresh copy. Deployment you can do a number of times. Actually, being a developer, what is your role? You develop and deploy. You don't need a fresh copy every day. So refreshing is only once. Deployment can be done a number of times. Then next we had Developer Pro. So what is this Developer Pro? Now, these three developers are working. They want to merge the code. All these three people are working on the same functionality. They want to merge this code, test it and deploy it. Now all these three developers are working on the same functionality. Somebody has developed page 1, this has developed page 2, page 3. We want to join all those functionalities, build our business requirement. Then what is this called? Developer. It is used for what? Integrating your environments, integrating your codes. Developer Pro. It is also a developer environment. If you want to join the code from multiple environments, we need more space. We need integration testing, integrating all these functionalities and testing. Then I am going for Developer Pro. You can also say QA environment. Quality assurance, QA environment. What was that? It is a instance of force.com. It is a independent It is designed for data size. I can give one more extra point also. Whatever the developer can do, the testing. File size. Because we want to integrate, it has more size. What actions we can do? Both are same, but developer is designed for one user to work. Developer Pro, multiple people can work, and it has more size. Because we want to integrate the code from different instances, we have more size for this. We'll see the remaining two sandboxes. Partial copy. Partial copy means it is a design for testing purpose, boss. It is a instance of force.com. It is a productions metadata and sample data. It is a independent copy of productions, metadata and sample data. Sample data of maximum 10,000 records per table. What is the sample data? 10,000 records per table. It is a design for testing. It is a design for testing activities. This is also called UAT environment. User It is also called user acceptance environment. One time in actions. Actions. All type of testing except load and performance testing. All type of testing except load and performance testing by group of developers. This is used for testing. We can do all type of testing activities except load and performance. I'll just complete the theory. We'll discuss in detail tomorrow. It is a instance of force.com. Copy of productions, metadata, and complete it. Full sandbox is metadata plus complete data. Partial copy is a partial data. Full copy is complete data. It is designed for is also called as staging environment. Data size, all type of testing, including load and performance. So full sandbox basically we use for load testing and performance testing. Full sandbox basically we use for load testing and performance testing. We'll see the in detail discussion tomorrow. Okay, to the time constraint and just cover that critical information. What type of sandboxes are there? We'll have one more session to understand in detail discussion about every sandbox. Now sandbox is basically designed for what? Development, testing and training activities. Development, testing and training. Training is generally done on partial copy because we have some sample data also. We'll try to train the people on partial copy. I hope you are good with this. Okay. So environment, production, sandboxes. Now production we are going to purchase. Sandboxes are created from production. Now this is my production. This is my production. From my production, if I want somebody to work, I'll create a sandbox. I'm creating a sandbox. Now what happened? One fresh copy of, right now whatever we have, the same copy of instance is created. Now this I am going to give to my developer. I'll ask him to log in there, start working. So from I'm an administrator actually. This is my administrator account. I logged in. I was creating some sandboxes. I was creating here. Right. I was creating some sandboxes. I'm going to give these sandboxes. This is how I created the sandboxes. They'll take some time. A new copy, new instance will be created. I'll give that username password to my administrator, like my developers and testers. They will log in there and work. So from production, we are creating. From Salesforce, what we are going to purchase? Production. When you purchase, you are going to get a force.com with your application. Now, when you want somebody to modify, create a copy of it, like a sandbox, give it to the developer. He will log into the sandbox, start working on it. Then he will deploy it to the production. I hope you are good. So let us say some changes are deployed from people. Now from the sandboxes, now they have just given the requirement and forwarded here. From different environments, they are forwarding the changes to this. Now I will decide to deploy or not. Alright, boss. I hope you are good with this. We'll see the extension in the next class. So